Welcome to the deep dive. You know, airports, they're these incredible, often chaotic sort of mini worlds, aren't they?
They really are.
A bit like navigating a maze while doing a mental sprint sometimes. But they are absolutely brimming with real-world English communication. For many people, that's exactly where the nerves kick in. So our mission today is to, well, give you a shortcut to mastering practical English specifically for travel.
Yeah, turning that potential stress into hopefully smooth sailing.
Exactly.
That's a fantastic way to put it, because understanding the specific language used in airports isn't just about vocabulary lists.
Yeah.
It's about knowing the expected questions, the common phrases, even the subtle cues that can just transform your entire travel experience.
Right.
It really does boost your confidence, and it significantly enhances your overall communication skills, especially in what can feel like a high-stakes environment.
I completely agree. It's not just about the words themselves, but the confidence those words give you. So for this deep dive, we're not just going to tell you about airport English.
No, we're going to experience it.
Yeah, we're drawing from a detailed scenario involving a solo traveler named Mia. We'll follow her navigating a complete airport journey, like from check-in all the way to arrival. Our goal is really to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and those really practical phrases directly from her experience.
And to do that most effectively, we're going to take you through Mia's entire journey first, so you can get a feel for the flow, the context, how these conversations naturally unfold.
Like watching it play out.
Exactly. Think of it like that. Then we'll sort of hit rewind and unpack every key term, common expression, and helpful tip we just heard.
Perfect. So don't worry about trying to catch everything on that first listen. Just settle in.
Let's get started.
All right, let's step into Mia's airport adventure.
Okay. So our traveler, Mia, she's just arrived at the airport, and she's feeling, well, a bit disoriented, a bit lost.
Happens to the best of us.
Absolutely. She needs to find the Skywings check-in counters.
So she approaches someone and listen to how she asks. It's quite good. Excuse me, I am a bit turned around. Could you point me to the Skywings check-in counters, please?
That's such a well-phrased question.
What makes that specific phrasing so, powerful for asking for help?
Well, it's incredibly effective because it immediately signals politeness and a clear need. I'm a bit turned around. That's relatable, isn't it? Everyone's been there.
Totally.
And could you point me to, please? Is direct, but still respectful. It just encourages a helpful response.
Right. And the staff member responds.
Skywings, ma'am. Head straight to this main corridor, past the food area on your right. You'll see signs for Terminal 2, and their check-in desks are usually in Zone B.
Okay, notice those practical terms there. Corridor, food area.
And then the crucial ones. Terminal 2, which is a specific section of the airport, and Zone B, which is a designated area within that terminal. Airports really rely on these specific signs to guide you.
And notice how Mia confirms it. Thank you so much. Zone B, got it. That's really helpful. Repeating Zone B back, that's a brilliant way to confirm information, isn't it?
It really is. Locks it in. And the staff member replies, "You're welcome. Safe travels." A nice touch.
Okay.
So Mia, armed with these clear directions, finds her way to the Skywings check-in counter.
Right. She gets in line. The agent greets her with a standard, "Hello, next in line, please."
And Mia steps up saying, "Good morning. I'm checking in for the London flight. Here's my passport." Correct, clear, perfect.
Yeah, gets right to it.
The agent confirms the details. "Good morning. Mia Johnson, flight SW432 to London Gatwick." Correct. Now that SW432, that's your unique flight number.
Super important.
It's a critical piece of identification.
Right.
It ties you to everything about your journey. Mia confirms, yes, that's right.
Then comes what is often the moment of truth for me anyway.
Yeah.
Baggage. Agent asks, "Any bags to check today?" Mia responds, "Just this one suitcase." Then she asks, "Is there a weight limit? I think it's 23 kilos. That's a really smart question to ask proactively, isn't it?
Absolutely. Better to ask than to be surprised. The agent confirms, correct, 23 kilos. Please place your suitcase on the scale. Mia does. Perfect, 21 kilos, that's fine.
Dude.
Then the seat confirmation. Happy with your seat, 12B aisle seat. Mia replies, yes, that's perfect, thank you. And then she receives her boarding pass.
Which has the key info. Gate F10 and boarding time 10 a.m.
Crucial details.
Mia, again, being proactive, wants to know her next step. She asks, "Do I head to security now?"
Good question. And the agent gives clear directions. Yes, security is just to your right. Have a great flight.
Okay, next up, security.
Right. Now let's follow Mia to security, which for many travelers, myself included sometimes, can often feel like a bit of a well-rehearsed dance.
Oh, the security dance. I swear I always forget something. My watch, coins in my pocket. What are the key instructions people really need to lock in here?
You're definitely not alone. The officer gives clear instructions, usually something like, next person, please, have your boarding pass ready.
Right.
And remove all electronics from your bag, laptops, and tablets, especially in a separate tray. Liquids in a clear plastic bag, please. The mantra here is basically clear everything out.
Get it all out.
Yeah, it's all about efficient processing, faster for everyone.
And Mia understands and complies. Okay, laptop out, liquids in the bag. She's got it.
The officer continues, thank you. Please remove your coat, shoes, and anything in your pockets. Place them in a tray.
Standard stuff. Mia quickly responds, coat, shoes, okay.
Then comes the scanner itself, officer. Step through the scanner, please. Mia goes through. Hold on, could you step aside for a moment?
Uh-oh. That little moment of anxiety. Mia, naturally, asks, oh, is something wrong?
And the officer reassures her, which is typical. Just a quick check. Step into the booth. Arms up, please. Mia does. All clear. Thank you for your patience.
Okay, good.
That quick check is usually routine. It's not necessarily a cause for alarm, just part of the process sometimes. Mia feels relief, grabs her bag.
Okay, here. With security behind her, Mia now needs to find her gate, F10. This is such a critical step for any traveler. Don't relax too much yet.
It truly is. So she looks for a flight info screen. She murmurs, where's the nearest flight info screen? Oh, there.
We've all done that scam.
Exactly. Flight SW432, London, gate F10, on time, boarding at 10 a.m. These screens are like your airport Bible.
Yeah, essential.
Always cross-reference what your boarding pass says with what the screen says, because things can change. Gates, times.
Good point. So she's confirmed F10, but maybe unsure how far it is. She politely asks another staff member, excuse me, is gate F10 far from here?
And gets helpful guidance. Not too far. Follow the signs for gates F. Straight ahead, then take the escalator up. Clear and simple.
Okay.
And she realizes she has some time to spare. Mia thinks, I've got about an hour. Maybe I'll grab a quick drink.
Good idea. Catch your breath.
Yeah. She finds a coffee shop, orders a small cappuccino, pays $4.75. Sometimes in the rush, we forget to just breathe,
Yeah.
A little moment of calm before the boarding phase.
Definitely. So as boarding time approaches, Mia heads to her gate, F10. The agent greets her. Good morning. Boarding pass and passport, please. Standard procedure.
Right. After checking her documents, the agent says, all set, seat 12B, down the jetway. Safe flight. Mia notes to herself, 12B, aisle seat, nice. Got the seat she wanted.
Okay, onto the plane. Stepping aboard, the flight attendant gives a welcoming, welcome aboard. Find your seat and stow your carry-on, please.
So Mia navigates the aisle, looking for her row 10, 11, 12. Excuse me, is this 12B?
Happens all the time.
Another passenger confirms, yes, this is row 12. Your seat's by the aisle.
Now, in those close quarters, Mia says politely, great, thanks. Sorry, can I just squeeze past? The other passenger replies graciously, of course, go ahead.
That polite squeeze past. It's a mini masterclass in airplane etiquette, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Makes
Yeah.
such a difference.
Small courtesies like that really do, especially in a tight space. Mia then finds she might need a bit of help with her bag. Need help with my bag. The bins look full.
Oh, the overhead bin shuffle.
Exactly. The other passenger kindly offers, sure, let me help. There's space at the back here. Mia gratefully replies, thank you, that's so kind. Nice little moment of connection.
Yeah, very nice. Once she's settled, another passenger strikes up a conversation. Excuse me, are you going to London too?
Mia replies, I am. First time visiting. The passenger responds, oh, exciting. First time traveling solo.
Mia admits, yes, I'm thrilled, but honestly a bit nervous. It's all so new.
And the passenger offers some wonderful reassurance, which is lovely. I get it. London's big, but actually, it's pretty easy to navigate. Public transport's great.
Good to know.
And people are usually friendly. And then offer some really practical advice. Don't stress too much. Just take it easy, like you would at home.
That's good advice.
If you're lost, just ask someone. People honestly love helping visitors. And your phone's your best tool. Maps, reviews, opening hours, it's all there.
That's such a fantastic exchange. Really helpful for Mia, I bet. She says, that's reassuring. I'm probably overthinking it.
And the passenger leaves her with a nice thought. Most people do on their first trip. Just soak it in. London's amazing. You'll love it. That interaction itself is a huge nugget of wisdom beyond just the airport specifics.
Absolutely. Okay, fast forward. After a successful flight, the plane lands, the announcement comes on. Thank you for flying with us. Please take all your belongings. The local time in London is 2 p.m. Proceed to baggage claim and customs. Have a great stay.
Right. So Mia follows the signs towards baggage reclaim. She finds the carousel for her flight.
Carousel 5, flight SW4 through 2.
Exactly. And she spots her green suitcase. Relief. Now, you mentioned baggage claim and baggage reclaim earlier. Why the two terms? Is there a difference or is it just regional preference?
That's a great question. They are largely interchangeable. You'll hear baggage claim more often in North America, I think.
Right, and baggage reclaim seems more common in the UK and other parts of Europe, maybe. But essentially, they both mean the same thing, the area where you collect your checked luggage.
Good to know. Okay, her final hurdle, customs. The officer asks the standard questions. Purpose of your UK visit, business or leisure?
Mia clearly states, leisure. I'm here for a 2-week vacation. Clear and concise.
Then the officer's final question. Anything to declare, goods or large amounts of cash?
Mia responds honestly, no, just personal items.
And the officer clears her. All looks good. Welcome to the UK. Enjoy your stay. Mia says, thank you, and she's through.
Journey complete.
Okay, fantastic. Let's unpack all of that now. Now that you've heard Mia's journey, let's really break down those key phrases and insights that will be invaluable for your next trip. Let's turn that information into some strategic know-how.
Definitely. First, let's circle back to the power of those polite inquiries. Mia's initial question, excuse me, I'm a bit turned around. Could you point me to the Skywings check-in counters, please? It isn't just polite, it's strategically effective. It opens the door for help, clarifies your confusion right up front, and clearly states what you need. It's a template, really, that you can adapt for almost any situation where you need assistance in the airport or, frankly, anywhere.
That makes sense. And when she got those directions, we heard those crucial terms: flight number, terminal, and zone. Your flight number, like Mia's SW432. It isn't just a label, it's your primary identifier for everything at the airport, right? It's how you check real-time flight status, track gate changes on the screens, quickly find your baggage carousel later on.
Exactly. Memorizing it or just having it easily accessible on your phone or boarding pass is a huge time saver. And Terminal 2 and Zone B, that's how airports organize their massive spaces. Knowing these helps you follow signs efficiently and quickly pinpoint specific areas like check-in or gates.
Okay, next, let's dive into baggage basics again. The terms luggage, baggage, or suitcases, they're pretty much interchangeable, you said.
Yeah, people use them all the time. Now, while 23 kilos is a common weight limit for checked bags in economy class,
Which Mia remembered.
right, but be aware that budget airlines often have much stricter policies or different limits for carry-on bags versus checked bags.
Good point.
Always check your specific airline's rules before packing. It avoids that last-minute stress, potential fees, or frantic repacking at the check-in counter. Mia was smart to confirm it.
Definitely pays to check beforehand. Okay, the boarding pass. You called it a treasure map earlier.
Well, it sort of is. It not only tells you your gate, that specific departure area, and your boarding time when you can actually start getting on the plane,
Crucial info.
but it also serves as your golden ticket through various checkpoints, like security and boarding itself. The real insight here, though, is remembering that while your boarding pass is issued at check-in, gates and times can change.
Ah, right.
That's why constantly cross-referencing with those airport flight info screens is your ultimate safeguard. It protects you against missing your flight due to a last-minute change.
Okay, so screens are key. Now, navigating security, it can feel intense. You mentioned the mantra, clear everything out.
Yeah, basically. That means your laptop, your tablets, any large electronics out in a separate tray, and liquids, which must be in that specific small, clear plastic bag, 100 milliliters or less per item.
Right, the liquids rule.
This isn't just an arbitrary rule, it's about efficient processing for the scanners. The faster you clear your stuff, the faster you and everyone else gets through.
Makes sense.
And don't forget to double-check your pockets before you step through the scanner. A single forgotten coin, keys, that can trigger the alarm, lead to that quick check and slow things down for everyone.
And those quick checks in the booth, they're routine, right? No need to panic.
Generally, yes. They're often random or triggered by something minor. Just cooperate, it's usually over quickly.
Good to know. Speaking of screens again, those flight info screens, you said they're our best friend.
Absolutely. They display critical, real-time details like your flight's current status. Is it on time, delayed, maybe even canceled? Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
And they confirm your gate and boarding times. Mia used it to confirm her gate F10 was correct and on time, but it's just as important for checking any last-minute changes. Being proactive, glancing at these screens regularly as you move through the terminal can save you a lot of potential stress.
Solid advice. Okay, once you're finally on board, there are those specific phrases you'll hear and use.
Right. The flight attendant will greet you with, "Welcome aboard," and likely instruct you to stow your carry-on, either overhead or under the seat. Knowing whether you have an aisle seat like Mia or a window seat or a middle seat helps you get settled quickly. And those small courtesies we saw,
The squeeze past.
exactly, asking, can I just squeeze past, or offering help with someone's carry-on bag if they're struggling. These little things contribute massively to a smoother, more pleasant experience for everyone crammed into that shared tight space for hours.
It really does make a difference. And finally, arrival. A few essential terms and procedures there.
Yeah, you'll follow signs to baggage claim or baggage reclaims. Same thing, different name sometimes. You need to find the specific carousel, that rotating belt that matches your flight number.
Like Carousel 5 for flight SW432.
Spot on. Then at customs, you'll be asked those standard questions. Purpose of your visit, business or leisure, and anything to declare. Usually meaning specific goods you're importing or large amounts of cash.
And the point isn't to trick you.
Not at all. It's primarily for national security and regulatory compliance, making sure rules about goods and immigration are followed. Honesty and clarity are crucial here to ensure a smooth, quick entry into the country. Just answer directly like Mia did.
Okay. And beyond just the words and procedures, that brief interaction Mia had with a fellow traveler offered such a powerful lesson, didn't it?
It really did. The advice, don't stress too much, just take it easy.
Yeah.
If you're lost, ask someone. People love helping visitors. Your phone's your best tool. This really emphasizes that navigating new environments, and sometimes new languages, isn't just about vocabulary lists or grammar rules. It's so much about building confidence,
Right.
staying adaptable, using the resources around you, including friendly people and technology, recognizing that human connection and accessible tech are probably your greatest assets. These little interactions, they build a foundation for genuine self-assurance that goes way beyond just the airport.
That's a great point. We truly hope this deep dive has significantly boosted your confidence for those airport conversations by breaking down these real-world scenarios and those really specific, useful phrases.
Yeah, absolutely. And we encourage you to maybe revisit the nuances of these interactions we discussed. Maybe even mentally practice some of the responses Mia used, or think about how you'd ask those questions.
Good idea.
The more you engage with them, even just in your head, the more natural and instinctive they'll become when you're actually there.
Because mastering these practical, specific communication scenarios, especially in a potentially high-stakes environment like an airport, it isn't just about making travel smoother, though that's a huge plus. It's really about building a fundamental toolkit for self-assurance and adaptability. Skills you can use in any new and potentially overwhelming situation you might face. It really opens doors to broader exploration and ultimately deeper connection.
Well said.
Something to think about on your next journey, perhaps.